What is a pretty good rule of thumb that I have? And by the way, a rule of thumb is something that you kind of do under a like situation whenever it happens. A rule of thumb, like if it's raining, say I believe all the bass are looking up. I think they're looking up and that raindrop's hitting on the water. So I like to fish a bait up on top of the water, a buzz bait, a spinner bait, a topwater bait, something that's up on top of the water because they're looking up. What's a good rule of thumb to have as far as picking out a color for your crankbait? Good morning, guys and girls. May 29, May 20, Ryan reading from the Catch of the Day book on the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all capital letters on Facebook. If you'd like a copy of the Catch of the Day book or the Catch a Better Life book, both are devotional books that have a scripture for every single day of the year, a devotional for every day of the year built around fishing, and a fishing tip for every day. So you're going to catch a better life. God will see to it that you'll be a better person, and you'll just become a better fisherman at the same time. Today we're looking in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Let's look at Mark 13:13. That's got to be lucky, 13:13. Those people who keep their faith until the end will be saved. What in the world can I write about that? It had to do with fishing. Once I made an appearance for Ranger Boats in Virginia. I was to arrive in Roanoke, Virginia, take a shuttle to the hotel, and be ready to work early the next morning. My day had started at 5 a.m. I was looking forward to a good night's sleep ahead. My last plane was late, so I arrived at 12:30 in the morning, not 12:30 in the afternoon, 12:30 in the morning, 12:30 a.m. The hotel shuttle had closed. It's too late. They only run their shuttle till 10:30 or something like that. There was no taxi in sight. We didn't have Uber back in those days at all. I called a taxi, and I waited for a while, 30 minutes or more. No problem. I'm in my room by 1:45 a.m., and it's a smoking room. That's right, a smoking room. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, not one. Can I tell you, I couldn't breathe. You know, I used to be around cigarettes a lot. I could be around people smoking in my truck and whatever, and it didn't bother me a bit. But once this country banned smoking in so many places, restaurants and hotel rooms and various places where there's no smoke, we actually learned here in America what clean air was. And I was around smoking, it wouldn't bother me, but I've got to the point then, and I was to the point that back then, where I couldn't stay in a smoking room. I couldn't breathe. So I went back to the front desk. There was no smoking rooms available. None whatsoever. I had to keep the room that I had. As I unpacked, I found that I had not brought my razor. I didn't have any shaving cream. Ugh. I think that's when I quit using shaving cream. I actually don't use shaving cream anymore. I was in bed at 2:30 in the morning. I slept with the outside door to my hotel room wide open and the air conditioner on high. I opened the door to the outside, to the world, at 2:30 in the morning and went to sleep. Anyone could have walked in there, mugged me, stolen my billfold, stolen everything I had, killed me, whatever they wanted to do. But I left that door wide open. It's the only way I could sleep in that room. I had the air conditioner blasting wide open to try to clear the air of that smoke. Here's the big deal, and here's what made me write this, and I sort of patted myself on the back on it. Through it all, I continually prayed. I continually asked God to keep me Christ-like during all of those bad situations. Late airplanes, no ride, late hotel, smoking room, leaving my door open, asking God to keep somebody from coming in here and mugging me and killing me in the middle of the night. Door wide open on a hotel room. And He did. He kept me Christ-like. I prayed and I asked God to keep me Christ-like, keep me smiling. Don't let me say anything ugly to anybody. At the airport, my plane was a couple hours late. At the hotel, where they were supposed to be a non-smoking room and didn't, to stay Christ-like. And He did. That's the amazing thing about God. He can deliver anything we ask for. Sometimes we ask for things that's just there to help others, not to help ourselves. In fact, I think that's what we ought to be asking for, is things that we can do that benefit others. It wasn't going to do me any good to get ugly. It might maybe feel a little bit better at the time to get ugly with somebody at the airport, or ugly at the guys running the desk at the hotel because he gave away that last non-smoking room and I had one reserved. No taxis in sight. On and on and on and on. But I ask God, you keep me Christ-like. You keep me being a blessing to everyone I come in contact with. And by golly, he did. By golly, he did. Here's our tip for today. Match your crankbait color, this is very important, to the most dominant bait fish in the area. The most dominant bait fish. Now, a bass is not too particular. He's kind of like us, all us rednecks out here. Bass, a black bass, largemouth bass must be redneck. But he's kind of like all of us. They're not too particular. They'll eat shad, they'll eat crawfish, they'll eat other bass, they'll eat snakes, they'll eat birds, they'll eat shad, they'll eat just about anything they can catch. But on anywhere you're fishing, there is a dominant bait fish that at that particular time. And that bait fish might be a crawfish. It might be dragonflies. It might be shad, a lot of times it is. It might be bluegill, bluegill spawning. The dominant bait fish, that's what you need because that's what is most prevalent. That's what they're eating more than anything else. And so that's a good rule of thumb to match your color to that right there. It's a good place to start. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.